said, so a lot of people already know that show. Watch your hands, nigga. I said, don't we know it? I said, shoot, she know when you is legit and when you not. I said, ain't that fucked up? Am I legit right now, bitch? Tell me. I said, shit, you know. And I said, yeah, y'all niggas want to always keep on asking for the damn cream, but what happened to all the cream, boo? And it wasn't like that earlier. I said, shit. These motherfuckers could squeeze some out and put some on their damn self. I said, ain't that the fucking truth? I said, so change ain't in the air. And he like, shit, why was I feeling some type of way, bitch? You know what? You ain't nothing to play with, but shit. Patient care, people should be able to ask questions. And a lot of motherfuckers be getting beside themselves. And I said, shoot, but you don't. I said, yeah. That nigga looking like Barry, and Barry said, yeah, that nigga wanna look like me, damn boo, but that ain't me, shit. I ain't Barry and shit. You might favor his ass, but you ain't that nigga. And I said, ain't that the truth? That nigga's a Capricorn. And I said, shit, fake love not real too. But that's my crazy ass sister and shit. I got a little love for her, but I like her, but I don't love her ass. Fuck that bitch. And that nigga said, shit, where you at, Barry? Said your sister looking for you. And you know what? If she had a car and had some money and shit, all I had to do was call her. She be on her fucking way. Yeah. Where y'all at, damn? And I said, ain't that the truth? She been and searched y'all ass down. I said, yeah, she been on this spiritual journey, and now Eric on his spiritual journey. I said, shit. But she ain't gonna be on Leonard and Venus' spiritual journey. I said, shit. They gonna have to deal with that together. I said, even Eric gonna be like, no, niggas, I'm playing games and drawing. Me and mama been through enough shit. Fuck that. Y'all get through it how y'all get through it, because that's what the fuck they be saying, boo. See? And I said, don't we know it? I said, whatever spiritual journey these motherfuckers on. Grandma said, shit. That's the shit. And you ate it. And I said, shoot, she be hungry. And y'all act like what? She don't need no separate account? I said, shit. They ain't even asked her for nothing. And I said, even the social worker ain't doing her job. I said, can we talk about it? I said, I ain't doing my job, and nobody doing their job with these people. They not, boo. And that's fucked up. And I said,